Hello, everybody. This is going to be about finding affordable care. How to find in this current system, how the system is set up, how to find yourself the most affordable care and save yourselves huge amount of money, the way our adult care is set up. So let me explain to you, because obviously now you're looking for a carer, you wouldn't know the system and how it works. When you start looking for a carer, you'll either approach, you go online and you look for Age UK, or you'll go to the council and you'll always be told agencies or care homes to approach those for carers. But they are profit-driven incentives. So there's different types of agencies out there you also won't know. The agencies out there called introduction agencies, care homes, care agencies. Basically, you've got the larger ones that have been going for a while that bring in new, young, or foreign carers quickly. What they have to do to work in your home is to start work. They have to do what's called induction training to become a carer. Now, this varies from agency to agency. It doesn't matter how big their name is and what their care quality ratings are. Some of them provide 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 2 days, or 10 days training. And that you won't find out as a person looking for a carer. They'll be on the Care Quality Commission, some of them, and they'll say wonderful ratings or good. It doesn't mean you won't know how many days induction training they're given, how good that is. So basically, they come in, they get the basic induction training, and they're sent off to someone's home. Supposedly now, because they haven't finished their care certificate or full training, they're not supposed to be put in a home where they have difficult care, where it's spinal or it's advanced Alzheimer's, because they're not enough experienced or qualified to do that. They are supposed to be, while they're working, how the agencies work, because the carer doesn't get paid unless she's working, and nor does the agency get any money. The carers normally pay for their training as well. So at the minute they've finished the induction training, they will send them into one of your homes, and they'll start working for you. While they're working for you, they're supposed to be doing their care certificate, which is very difficult depending on how many hours they're working at your house and if they get a break. Because the care certificate consists of 15 modules, and they're at least about 2 hours. Some are more than 2-hour videos. So if your carer is working full-time in your house, if she gets a 2-hour break, she's also got her own things to do. It's difficult for her to find the time because they're not given times off. They're not given a day off to come into the agency to do training. They're not even paid for that. So who's going to pay for while they're doing training? The care agency would have to provide someone in your house then, and giving this person time off. So basically, while they're working, they're supposed to be working towards their care certificate, doing these on their leave or their time off, doing these things. So that's this is what you get from an agency. Now, there's agencies out there that aren't on the Care Quality Commission's website. So when you go on and you think, oh my goodness, if they have got a good rating, that means you're going to get a good care or good service. Not necessarily. Because introduction agencies or introductory agencies are basically almost a middleman. They're like a form of recruitment. All they do is advertise for carers, find a carer, depending on what you need, and place the carer with you, and they charge you, they'll have a contract with you, they'll either charge you a one-off fee or a monthly retainer to provide you with a carer and relief. So sometimes they'll charge you $600 a month or £100 a carer, whatever the story is. They want to obviously make money out of it as well. So basically you're paying for a recruitment service, really, to provide carers. None of these agencies, no matter how big they are, what their care quality ratings are, unless that agency is in your town, their office is in your village or your town or very close by, they will come in and check. They will actually, because they're close enough, they'll be able to, if they've got enough staff and managers, come around once a week or once a month maybe, and check on your carer and the standard of care she's giving you. So pretty much it's really not that relevant that you go by what you see on the Care Quality Commission or this agency's ratings. It's not going to give you an idea what kind of person or what kind of carer you're going to get, and if they're going to come check on them, because they don't. A lot of them aren't able to check on the carers. It depends where your house is, or even come and do the actual assessment. So obviously they put a huge markup on. So if you go through an agency, you're going to be paying them anything between 1,200 to 1,500 or more a week for your carer. So if you want to save your money, people that obviously have got children, some people are obviously on their own, they're not able to find their own carer, they're not computer savvy. If you're trying to save yourself money, hire your carer directly. You don't need to go through an agency at all. But get yourself someone that's really got all the training, their care certificate and everything done and experience, and hire them directly as a self-employed person. You are paying purely the carer for her hours or wages, and that is it. You're not paying anything on top. And if you get yourself a good and experienced carer that's got all her training and certificates, she will find someone to cover her days off or her week off. Because carers, obviously, as you know, will be living in your home 24/7, 7 days a week. You can't do this long term, depending on how demanding the care is as well, and if they get enough rest and sleep. So depending on your requirements and how ill you are and what care that person needs, they will work a week on, or 2 weeks on, or 3 weeks, or a month. As I say, it all depends on what working environment you're putting in and how much working hours they'll be doing, how much sleep they're getting. Then they will take off, and they're only paid for the time they work. They're not paid for their breaks. You don't have to pay them. That's not counted as a payment. And they're not paid for when they're not working, so when they take their week off or month off. So you can get carers that will come for 3 months, depending on what you need, and go off for a month. There'll be carers that come to your house for a month, full time, and then take a week break or 2 weeks. They will then help you, or themselves, if you agree with them, find you a replacement. So it'll be done for free. You won't have to pay for any extra services and cost for other people to find you carers. Agree with the carer, and let the carer find you, a replacement for herself. So her leaves are covered, or she'll help you do it. It's not hard to do. So you can advertise yourself directly for live-in carers to come and work. You are going to save an enormous amount of money. And what you need is exactly what the agencies will do. It's easy, I suppose, if you've hired people before, you've ever employed people, you know what to do, or if you've worked in HR, or you have any idea or run a business. So basically, as an agency would do, they're going to put an advert out there. They're going to want the person's CV and a picture, so they can kind of get an idea of what their background is. Remember, most of these people have done other things in their life. They're all normally in their 40s, 50s, and 60s age bracket that are working as carers. So they've had previous careers. They may be ex-nurses, ex-teachers, ex-medics, housewives. It depends. So you're looking for someone to suit who you're looking for care. Is it a lady or man? So first of all, you're going to be looking for a female carer or male carer. So there we are. You need to know, I'm looking for a man or female. So that's what your ad will say. You're going to want a CV, and you're going to want someone that's compatible. So someone that has the same interests, age group, possibly culture, experience, maybe attributes that you like. Maybe your parent might like music, or plays the piano, or a person that likes chess, or that's a good cook. So they'll have these hobbies and interests as well. So you try and match that person for what you're looking for. So the CV will give you a very good overview of the person and their history. You'll have a picture. What they have to be employed, obviously, is the right to work here. So you will see that they have a national insurance number or registered for UTR. If you're going to employ them, then obviously that's a different story. But otherwise, if they're going to come to you as a self-employed person, they'll provide with a contract for you two to work under, and they will need to be registered and have a UTR number and a national insurance. So they can't be legal. You've got to make sure that they're legally permitted to work here. There's one: passport, national insurance number, and things. So it's CV, picture. Have you got the right to work here? Done. Next, DBS, debarring certificate. Nobody, no matter what agency they work for, is allowed to work with an elderly or vulnerable person without a debarring certificate, which means they have no criminal record. That's very important that you check that, and it's not a year or two old. Carers that are in this business know they can sign up to an update service, which means their DBS is checked automatically every 6 months or every year from criminal, that's a criminal record. So that's what you need, an updated DBS from the person before you consider them. So CV, picture, updated DBS, debarring no criminal record. Then you're going to want their training and care certificate. Now, if it's just something mild, like the agencies do, they get their induction training and go and work for you. So you could take someone with induction training through an agency, which they don't get a certificate for it, so there's no proof of that. because induction training is not, it's done through an agency. They don't get given a certificate for it. And they've done 6 months with the agency. You're going to want references. But normally, advisably, you want someone that's finished their training. So you would ask them then for their care certificate. Some do NQ level. So you'll have NQ level 2 or 3 in social care. But those you're going to want either one. Either a care certificate, which means they finished their full care certificate training, and they can provide you with their care certificate, or their NQ levels. And you can check those online to see what it entails. So that's important. They must have the training, which is their care certificate, DBS, which means they're safe for you to employ them. Secondly, CV and background references. References, very important. Contactable written references. Not all clients can give the carers written references. They're not able to write. They maybe have dementia. They maybe have Alzheimer's. They haven't got family to provide a reference. But they will have a contactable number then, because the son or somebody has hired them to take care of their family member. So you're going to want a written reference that you can verify as well with contactable references. So at least 2 or 3, at least. Shouldn't go less than 2 references, depending on obviously how many years they worked, or 6 months or a year. The longer they've been a carer, the more references they would have accumulated. So that's simple. That's what you need to look for in a carer. You have to request in a job advert that the person sends you a resume with a picture, proof of their DBS, proof of their training, care, or NQ level certificates, and references. That's very simple. When you do your advert now, you need to know what you're looking for. So in order for a carer to be able to assess the job, they need information. And you also want to make sure you get the right person. So the more detailed you make your advert, the better. So you need to advertise. First of all, decide, do you need a male or female carer? So it's important. Then you'll put the advert, live-in carer, male or female. Female live-in carer needed, or male live-in carer needed. Then you got to state who it's for. Person needs something. So you will put there for 86-year-old lady in West Dorset. They need to know area, because some carers, you're going to waste your time otherwise. Someone might be in Scotland, or they might be in the north of England and see the advert and apply, and then it's back and forth. Oh, they're sorry, no, it's too far away, I can't do the job. So please specify area, sex of the carer you wanted, what about the person now? Some of them might not have the relevant qualifications, so you don't want to waste your time too. So you need to specify. First of all, you've got the age and location. Then the type of care. The person has mild dementia, she is mobile. Person has advanced Alzheimer's, she has an assisted walker. Person has Parkinson's, person is in a wheelchair, person is muscular dystrophy, is palliative care or end of life or cancer. Very important. So you've told them the age of the person, how physically mobile they are, what the incapacities are, mental or physical, where the job is, and then you need to put in a rate. Now, I know as a person, if you don't know this industry, if you want to gauge an idea what you're going to be paying, first of all, take minimum wage rate. Now, you know your carers, most of them are all over 25. So you're looking at the $8.21 an hour. So depending on the hours your mother's awake, or your parent, or your son, whatever your hours are, remember you're paying per hour. It depends how long the person's going to be on duty for. They're on call around your needs. They have to work around your needs and times. So if your parent, say, gets up at 8, so the duty, they'll say they wake up and they want breakfast. So basically the day starts at 8 and you go to bed at 10 o'clock. Now that's telling you the working day. So that's how many hours a person's will be on duty. Now if they are lucky and they are able to leave your house and get a proper break, that means you're not going to call them and disrupt them when they're off. They're able to go shopping, they're able to leave the house, they're able to do something where they're not going to be needed or disrupted, or they can't leave your parent alone. If your parent's got Alzheimer's and something, and then they have to watch them all the time and keep an eye on them, because they're not going to get a break. So a break means really no interruption, not on call. They can go and do what they want when they want without restrictions. That's a break. So that was then obviously taken away from that. So you deduct those 2 hours. So any break they get, it's supposed to be 2 hours a day, will be deducted from their hours. So your hours will vary. The best is to work it on an hourly rate, because as I say, some days you might work 15 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Some days they will get a break, some days they won't. They might have to take accompany your parent to the doctor, to social events, to family visits, and then they won't be able to take a break. So they'll be doing extra during the day or taking them to pottery or something. So that's not a break. So yes, it's you basically got to look at how many hours they're working, and that's how you'll be able to figure out. That's how you should be working out what the rate is that you're going to be paying for that person, the amount of work. What a carer can charge you for is when they miss breaks. So if they don't take a break, that's time worked. So if it's a 10-hour day and they missed taking their break today, they're going to charge you for those 2 hours that they actually worked and not took a break. They can charge you, obviously, when they're working. So if you are calling them at night and disturbing them because you need care, you need toileting, you need something, they're going to charge you for that. That's time worked, because you're now interrupting their sleep and time off to wake them up and to get them to come and help you, put them back to bed. So those are chargeable. So it's called wake-up nights, wake-up calls. The carer will charge you for each wake-up call. She will charge you for when if she doesn't get a break, because that's time worked, they're not off. So that's how it works. Give you a rough overview. I'll have to make another video to explain it, because it's a lot more complicated to explain what they can, the hours, what they should be working, and the maximum amount of hours for your safety and theirs. They're not, if it's okay with the person is not going to get, they have to get at least 8 hours uninterrupted sleep and rest a night. So you already know if that person is going to be working, whoever you're looking for the care for, is going to be disturbing them and waking them up. Say they wake up a few times a night and want to get to the toilet or the coffee or whatever the problem is. You know then you're going to need a night carer, because your carer cannot wake up more than twice a night, short times, and it shouldn't be on a regular basis. So if you're looking for someone that needs care, that's going to be disturbing them a lot of times a night, it's going to be a problem if they're working long hours. Then you might have to look at two carers, a carer that works a day shift or shifts, and one that works at night, or someone that just comes in for night. If as well that you're not able to relieve them, your mother might have advanced Alzheimer's, so the carer is never going to get a break during the day. Then basically what you have to do is provide, if they don't get their 2 hours every day, you need to make it up in the week. So they need to get a full day off a week. So either one of the family members or children can come once a week on a Sunday or something, come there and give that carer off then. As you're never going to keep a carer. The carer won't be able to, obviously the hours will be too much, she'll be too tired, she's not going to get a break, not a happy environment, no one wants to work like that. So you would have to look at relieving them once a week then, if they're not getting enough breaks during the week and the actual time off every day, rest and time down. So I would suggest then you either speak to one of the, maybe a NGO, voluntary group, elderly group in the area, you can speak to family members. So once a week somebody can come there then, say from 8 to 6 at least, and say, right, the carer can leave the house and go and have a rest or break, and no one's going to disturb her. She's not required to do any work, any cooking, any housework, anything. That's the other option. So that's how all the things you've got to take into account when you want to look for someone to provide care, and how it's going to affect you and what you're going to be looking at. Carers you're going to need, times and working hours. I'll get into more detail, but it's very simple, and it's going to save you a huge amount of money. There's lots of wonderful carers, very experienced carers that work privately, lots of places where you could advertise and find people, but those are the crucial requirements that you need when looking for someone to hire them. You do not need to go through an agency. They do exactly the same. If you have enough intelligence, I'm sure you're able to read over someone's resume, gives you an idea about them, their picture, check their references, verify everything. That's what you're paying an agency to do. And that will save you a huge amount of money and time. But yes, obviously by law, we have to pay someone not lower than minimum wage, and we have to pay them for all the actual hours they're working on duty. So those are legal requirements. So they'll give you an idea. But it will be enormously less than what you're paying an agency. Thank you.